Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hi, my name's Zoe. I really hope that you decide to subscribe and turn on that bell so you're notified every single time that I post. And if you're a current subscriber, please make sure you do have that bell on, as YouTube doesn't like to recommend true crime content. So today's video is another episode of my missing series, Where Are You? So obviously today I'm covering a missing persons case. Now this case is a current case, so it's currently going on as we speak. So all the information that I have in this video is right at the time of me filming this. So if there's any more information that does come out, I will put it in the comments box, or if it's big enough to be a video, I'll make another video on it. Just be aware that this case isn't a long one. I have had surgery not so long ago, so I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So I am doing some smaller cases at the moment, but please stick with me. I'm planning on starting some serial killer series and some crazy stuff. I've got some crazy stuff planned. After I've done this case, I've also got an update on another missing persons case. So if you stick till the end, you'll be able to hear that update. So before getting into this video, I want to give my usual disclaimer. I mean no disrespect to anybody that I'm talking about in this video, anybody involved in the case, or anybody who knows anybody that's involved in the case. I'm simply putting this information together from different online sources just to bring a little awareness on this case. Today, like I said, we are discussing a current missing persons case, and we are talking about 8-month-old AMIAH Robertson. On the 16th of March 2019, AMIAH Robertson was reported missing by her mother. AMIAH was an 8-month-old baby girl, and she had dark hair, hazel eyes, and she also had a birthmark on her left shoulder. She lived with her mother and her father in Indianapolis in the USA. Police officers attended the home of Amber Robinson, which is AMIAH's mother, on the 16th of March 2019 to take some statements about the missing 8-month-old baby. Amber told police that she'd actually last seen her daughter on the 14th of March, 2 days earlier. And also other family members stated that they didn't believe that AMIAH was in any sort of danger. It was actually later revealed that no one had actually seen AMIAH since the 9th of March. And this was nearly a week before she was reported missing.
I'm going to just start out by saying on March 9th, at approximately 1:15 p.m., AMIAH Robertson was last seen alive and well with Robert Lyons in the 200 block of South Holmes. Robert Lyons was driving a 1996 Isuzu Rodeo, maroon in color. It is in poor condition. Robert Lyons stayed on the southwest side of Indianapolis until 10 o'clock p.m. when he returned back to the mother, Amber Robertson, alone without AMIAH.
Amber said she didn't think her child was in any sort of danger up until when she had an argument with her boyfriend Robert Lyons. In this argument, he made comments to lead Amber to believe that her daughter wasn't safe. It was reported that on Saturday the 9th of March, Amber's boyfriend Robert Lyons had actually taken AMIAH to a babysitter's. It's then believed that Robert actually spent the majority of his day in the areas between Rockyville Road and South Mickley Avenue. Also during that day, he was driving his car, which was a 1996 maroon Rodeo that was in very poor condition. He then arrived back home around 10 p.m. without AMIAH. Over the next few days, when police were investigating this case and talking to other people who may have information, the police noticed that there was a lot of conflicting stories, and something just didn't seem to add up, and police just couldn't get a straight story. This caused investigators concerns for the 8-month-old girl, so they decided to put out a silver alert.
On the 19th, we let you all know because we wanted to enlist the help of the community because we just didn't have that much information. Also on the 19th, if you remember, there was a silver alert that was done. We didn't have enough information to do an Amber alert, but a silver alert was done. Also on the 19th, the search warrant was served at a residence in order to gain physical evidence, in hopes of gaining physical evidence, and also doing some additional interviews to figure out what happened to AMIAH.
A silver alert is just like an amber alert. It's a notification that is broadcast out to people so people are aware of a missing person. But usually a silver alert is used for vulnerable and older people. The silver alert was broadcast on Tuesday the 19th of March at around 11 AM. Later that same day, police had actually obtained a warrant for the babysitter's address on Holmes Avenue. They wanted to conduct searches to find possible evidence and also interview people that may be witnesses so they could gather as much information as possible and find AMIAH as quickly as possible. The police did conduct forensic investigations. Now, they didn't say that something had tipped them off or there was a reason for it. They were just using it to aid their investigations. And then the next day, the police announced that they were working with the FBI to try and find AMIAH. They also reported that they had found some CCTV that may be of use in this case. They have said that it may have some relevance and some information in it, but as far as I know, police have not actually revealed any information around the CCTV, so I'm not sure whether it was actually significant or not. While the investigation was still unfolding, police actually received a tip. Someone had found belongings at the side of White River which they thought could possibly be connected to AMIAH. The river is less than 1 mile from the babysitter's home. At first, police said there was no connection at all between these belongings and AMIAH, but they have since revealed that the items do belong to AMIAH. On the 21st of March, just 2 days after issuing the silver alert, police decided to close the silver alert for AMIAH because they were no longer receiving any information or tips. They also continued to search the river, but nothing else was found. Members of the community did decide to come together and search the river and the areas surrounding, but just like police, they found nothing. A press conference about this case was actually conducted on the 23rd of March. And police revealed that they did have some information. They decided that AMIAH's case was no longer a missing persons case and was a homicide.
Last Saturday we were notified. Missing persons, because of their expertise and experience, figured out quickly through their investigation that this was a little different than most missing persons of a small child. They enlisted the help of our homicide investigators. So we're telling you now that this is a homicide investigation, but it has been all week since early on because things just didn't add up. I think it's significant that that occurred quickly because it gives you an idea of some of the frustrations that we've had in this case.
And they were now looking for a killer. Robert Lyons had also told police many different locations of where AMIAH could be located. But when police looked into these locations, AMIAH obviously wasn't there, and even some of these places didn't even exist. Since the child going missing, Robert had even been texting Amber, taunting her about the fact that her daughter was missing and where she could be. Police also made a public appeal for that if anybody saw Robert or AMIAH on the 9th of March or any days after, to contact them. Police did return a second time to search the babysitter's home, but this time they used cadaver dogs. They dug up certain areas in the backyard and also took various amounts of evidence bags, but police later revealed that none of this was relevant to the case. After the searches, AMIAH's mother Amber actually spoke to the media and put out a public appeal. She said that she knew somebody knew where her daughter was and she just wanted her daughter home. As I'm aware, this is all the information so far that I have on this case. AMIAH is still missing. Of course, it's been treated as a homicide. Maybe that's got something to do with the belongings they found at the river. I'm not too sure. The police are keeping so tight-lipped around this case, which is expected, because if they locate somebody who could be responsible, they want to keep as much information as possible, which is a usual thing that they do these days. In a second, I'm going to give a full description again of AMIAH, and if you do have any information, please contact the numbers in the description box below, no matter how little or how big the information could be. you never know what information could just crack a case open. AMIAH was 8 months old at the time of her disappearance. She had dark hair, hazel eyes, and she had a birthmark on her left shoulder. So I'm now going to go on to the update, and this update is about a case of a father and son who went on holiday to Spain, Malaga, and was never seen since, and they are still missing to this day. Daniel and Liam Poole have been missing since the 1st of April. They actually went on holiday on the 31st of March, but they last contacted their family on the 1st of April. When police started to investigate this case, they have since my last video that I made, they have announced that Liam and Daniel did leave all belongings in the hotel, including their mobiles and their passports. So they believe that this was actually not intentional. They didn't choose to go missing or not go home or not have a reason to go home. Police believe there's actually somebody else involved. Understandably, the families are really heartbroken, and I've seen so many newspaper articles and videos on the news because I keep checking up on this case all the time, because especially cases that I've covered, because I want to make sure you guys are up to date with the cases. But it's heartbreaking to see their families just breaking down, just wanting the father and son home. They just want them to come home. Lauren, Daniel's daughter and Liam's sister, has recently done an appeal, and she said that the family just had a normal laugh, and she feels that this has just been taken away from her, and she misses her dad and her brother so very much. The one thing that she wants is she just wants them home safely. If anybody actually sees or contacts Daniel or Liam, please call 999 immediately, or if you have any information about this case, no matter how little or no matter how big, please contact 101 quoting Operation Pheasant. So that is all for today's video. Like I said at the beginning, it is a shorter case, but I promise you I've got so many things coming up. I've so many videos I've been putting out. The past week I've been putting out more videos than I normally do. I put out a total of 3 this week, and I normally only do 1, so I am working really hard. Also, I've had my hair chopped as well. It didn't really feel right to say it at the beginning, but I feel so much better now my hair's chopped, so yeah, that is great. So that is all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a massive thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you in my next true crime video. Bye.